This is going to be a pretty short video, and we're going to go over how to swap the values of two variables. So what we're going to do is, let's say int x equals 1 and int y equals 2. Now, at the beginning of this video, at the end, we want to say int y equals 2, int x equals 1. So, initialize variables. Let's let the user know what's going on there. We'll put a comment there. Print original variables. So we'll say system.out.print x equals, and then we'll say x there, and y equals plus y. And that shouldn't be a p, that should be an o. Okay, print original variables, and we're going to swap the variables, and then after that we're going to print new variables. And because this really doesn't have anything to do with the value right here, it's just printing out some information, we can copy and paste that down there. So if you would like to have a little bit of a challenge, you can pause the video and try to figure out how we're going to swap the two. There is more than one way to do this. I'm just going to go with the simplest right now, and we'll go with a little bit more complicated one in the next video. So if you want to do this on your own for some practice, pause the video right now, and unpause it whenever you're done. You can test your own program to see what everything equaled, but I'm going to get started. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get a third variable, because what we're going to do we're going to go I'll put this in comments, x goes to y. Oh, I'm sorry, we would lose the x value there. X to z. So then, z and x would both be carrying the x variable. Then y to x. So then z would be carrying the original x, and y and x would both be carrying their original y. And then we would say x to y. So x would then be carrying the original y, and y would be carrying the original z. So let's see how that looks in the actual code. We'll say int z, and we don't have to actually set that equal to anything. Actually, we'll set it equal to x. Int z equals x. So we'll put comments out here so we know what's going on. X equals 1, z equals 1, y equals 2. We'll say int y equals, int x equal y. Oh, we don't need to say int there. The second time you use it, you only have to declare the type. The first time you use a variable, like here, x is an integer, so I say int x. But any time after that, you do not have to say the type. All you say is x equals y. So at this point, I should do a comment, x equal 2, z equals 1, and y equals 2. Okay, so I'm about halfway there. I've the x equaling the y value. Now I need to get the y to equal the original x value. Well, my original x value is 1, and z equals 1, so y equals z. So now I have, let's see, x equals 2. We have z. Oh, did not mean to do that. Z equals 1 still, and of course y equals 1. So we aren't really going to print the z value, but we'll run this program real quick. Oh, well, let's put some print lines here so we know what's going on easier. Original values. And we'll put something down here that says new values. And we'll put a little bit of space between those two. Run the program again. So the original values are x equals 1, y equals 2. The new values are x equals 2 and y equals 1, so they have been swapped. And we can see that this will work for any number. I actually have to do a whole number because it's a integer. negative 18, and let's say 95. So we'll run this one more time. So x equals 95, then y equals 95, and up here, y equals negative 18, then x goes to negative 18 down there. So it looks like everything's correctly. You can test this for a few more values if you want, but I think I've done a fairly good job of convincing you that this will hold for any values you put, as long as they are inside the integer range. Anyways, in the next video, we're going to go over how to do this without using the third z variable, which, believe it or not, is possible. I know it sounds hard, but... Oh, and I'm not going to cheat and use something I haven't showed you yet. Everything is something you know by now, or something that you could figure out on your own. So if you want to do that before I get started on the next video, then that will be some good practice for you. If not, just watch how we do it. Alright, thanks for watching.